Hello there everyone, Nita Rose here and welcome to my channel. This is the review video of Rave Master Volume 29, starting off with Chapter 236, Voice of the Labyrinth, and ending it with Chapter 244, How This World Began. While walking through the tunnel, all kinds of chaos surround them while they're being watched. They walked all around the area as Griff mapped out the place, and it seems to be a giant maze with nothing but dead ends. But Haru might suggest there could be a secret entrance somewhere on the wall, so he looks for some kind of switch. Ellie managed to find it by, you're not gonna believe this, touching the breast of a statue of a woman. Why would she do that? Because she wanted to see whose boobs are bigger, hers or the statue. I am not even kidding. The floor entrance opened underneath her as she falls, and Haru went after her, and they end up inside a tunnel of booby traps. Haru is willing to proceed forward, but the others are not so sure. They manage to somehow get through all the booby traps, and they suggest they should go back. But Haru finds a lever, thinking it could open another passage. But Musica persuades him not to touch it and decide to head back. But Haru thought about going alone and pulled down the lever, which of course causes another booby trap, having the crew angry at Haru while hanging on the ledge. But the floor seemed to be going down as they find a door on the ground floor. Haru apologizes to everyone for his reckless behavior and eager to go through the tunnel, but all is forgiven. Behind the door is 4 statues of warriors facing each other along with 4 levers. Haru doesn't want to touch another lever, so he decides just to check out the statues. Ellie and the others were pulling the levers one by one as Haru keeps getting knocked on the head by the swords of the statues. You know, I did feel sorry for Haru at first, but now thinking back on it, this is like a punishment for him for his selfish behavior and putting his crew into a dangerous situation without considering their safety. Even though he did apologize, it wasn't really enough for their satisfaction. Although the crew may not realize it, but the levers are actually connected to the statue, and they decide to pull all 4 at the same time, and it seems to trigger a beam of light. The beam of light opened up the ceiling along with one of the walls, revealing the resting place of the 4 knights of the blue sky. They started to hear a voice telling everyone to close their eyes in silence. They start to get a flashback of Sheba, the knights, and all the warriors fighting in the war in the past, with Sheba as the only survivor. Haru and the crew spread their tears of sadness after witnessing the death of the following knights as they respect the dead. But then suddenly they heard a bell as they turned around and saw a leopard man who turns out to be the gravekeeper. He is a fallen soldier who has been a guardian of the grave for 50 years and waited for the second Rave Master to arrive. He opened a passageway to the last rave, and Haru must come alone. He hesitated at first, but then he told everyone it's going to be okay as he walked into the entrance. Somewhere in the forest, we see Shuda running through trying to get to Sea Heart's hometown to get the last Shadow Stone before Lucia does. Meanwhile, Ellie and the others are waiting within the temple until Haru returns. Haru goes deeper into the cave until he stumbles upon Sheba along with Alice and the old man Musica. Haru believes that they are worried about him, but he tells them not to, but he's proven wrong by Alpine, who is the guardian of the Rave of Truth. Sheba showed Haru the rave as it was glowing brightly, but once the rave is placed in Haru's hand, the brightness disappeared. Alpine told Haru to give the stone back to Sheba as it glows once again. This determines that Sheba is the true Rave Master, as there is only one Rave Master. Now for Haru to become the true Rave Master, he must defeat Sheba in battle, but Haru refused to fight Sheba as it's not his decision, as Sheba took a potion to make him younger to have a fair fight. Haru realized that Sheba is being serious, picks up his sword, and now the 2 Rave Masters are destined to fight each other. The battle starts between the 2 as the others witness the fight. Swing after swing, the 2 are an equal match. Haru has an opening and goes for it, but then he stops as he hesitates. They knew that Haru had no intention to kill, but if he doesn't, Sheba will get to him first. Sheba started to get more serious as Haru starts to struggle. Sheba also starts to realize why Haru wasn't chosen by the Rave, saying that his sword is too light as there's no strength behind it. Haru seemed to felt insulted by that and attacked Sheba with the gravity core, but was easily deflected as Sheba attacked Haru with the ultimate heavier weight. Meanwhile, Ellie felt something as she suddenly runs through the wall as if she needs to get to Haru. Haru. The Gravekeeper demands them to bring her back, but then start to get attacked by these giant bugs along with this guy who suddenly just came out of nowhere. Haru was on the ground on the edge of Shiba's sword, but he gets back up. Shiba lectures Haru about emotion is power, but Haru knows about this since he uses his own feelings to win the battle every time. Shiba understood what Haru means and believes that. However, Shiba has been fighting with that sword for the past 50 years, while Haru only had it for 2 years. In other words, Shiba has been carrying this burden and fighting for the world for that long, while Haru is still a newbie at it. Haru finally realized why he can't beat him, but there is one other reason as to why Shiba kept fighting for so long. It's because of his feelings for Reisha and has been fighting for her. Now Haru must understand what he's fighting for besides the world. Haru must find out what he's fighting for, and then he started to think of Ellie. Just as Shiba has been fighting for Reisha for over 50 years because of his feelings for her, Haru starts gaining strength because he realized that he wants to protect Ellie. His will to fight for the woman he loves gives him the capability of defeating Shiba, and now Haru has been accepted by the Rave of Truth. Shiba changed back into his old self as Haru realized he is coughing, and he also learned that the potion that he took makes him younger, but in exchange for his lifespan. Haru gets angry at Alice for giving him that potion, but that was all part of Shiba's plan. Haru cries for his life, begging him not to die, but Shiba accepted his fate and was ready to move on until he saw Ellie. Once Shiba saw her as she looks identical to Reisha, he got on his feet and went towards her. Ellie started to cry without knowing why. Shiba started to cry as soon as he realized that Reisha was alive. Shiba walked up to Ellie and asked if he can hug her, and she accepted. Here we get one of the most emotional moments that brings tears in my eyes. Shiba tells Ellie that Reisha has committed a crime, but also tells her not to worry about it because what Reisha did was the right decision. Now Shiba finally moves on in the memories of his beloved Reisha. Shiba has passed away as Haru picked up the Rave of Truth with tears in his eyes, and now accepted by all Ravestones as the new and true Rave Master. While back with Muska and the others fighting off those giant bugs that came earlier, and they seemed to be struggling to defeat the main boss. But then Haru came back carrying Shiba's body and wants to give him a proper burial. So Haru takes down the boss in one strike, which causes all the bugs to flee. Later they cremated his body and buried him with their blessing. Now that Haru has obtained all the Ravestones, the last guardian wishes to discuss the true nature of the Shadow Stone. Ellie was sitting at Shiba's gravestone as Haru came around and placed a blanket on her. Even though it was the first time she met Shiba, it felt like she knew him forever, and believes that it was Reisha's memory that made her feel that way. The old man have everyone sitting down as he takes out an hourglass and tells the story about how mankind created a crime against time and how Endless was born. It turns out that sometimes in the future, humanity was wiped out and only one person managed to survive. That one survivor used the memory star to turn back in time to the point where humans were flourishing and create a new future for them. That person rewrote history and created a parallel universe which they are living at right now. Because of what that person did, the world split into two. One is the parallel world and the other is the real world. So, if I get this right, there was a time when humans were extinct and there's only one survivor, somehow managed to find a place called the Star of Memories and use its power to travel back in time to create a new future. So, the moral of the story is, do not mess with time or else we're gonna get a creature called Endless to wipe out not only humans, but the parallel world that mankind has created. So, pretty much the action of one person caused the destruction of the entire world. Only us humans, right? Yeah, we're pretty selfish that way. Anyways, now they're in the city of Meldon. Shuda hurries to the town as he finds the young boy, and we witness Seaheart staring at Lucia while Shuda tries to get to them, and then Endless shows up at the same place. And here is where the volume ends. Well then everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can also look me up on TikTok, Discord, and Blue Sky, and I'll see y'all next time. Nita Rose, out.